Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are doing a really quick and easy, no fuss or fuss free as I call it, meals that are a little bit higher in protein. Why? Because I've been incorporating a little bit more protein in my diet as I'm aging. I need to make sure that I'm getting a little bit more. So I'm not going overboard, but I'm always making sure that I'm adding more than I did, because when I started tracking my protein, I thought I got all this protein from my food. It was like bad. Like I wasn't getting hardly any, which is shocking because I always thought like I was getting enough. Maybe it was enough when I was younger, but now I do believe I need more. So I don't want to go overboard because I do believe too much protein taxes your organs too much. So trying to find that balance. So I think that my meals are pretty good now, and when I track them, I think I'm getting a sufficient amount. Also, I notice I'm feeling better. So that's what I mainly go by, how I'm feeling. So I'm going to show you some really easy food meals that I put together literally in like minutes. And it also helps when you have pre-made things. I always talk about this all the time: rice or potatoes, something that's easy in the fridge that you can throw in and you can create a meal with. So I'm like bundled up because it's all of a sudden freezing, 5 degrees, windy. Summer's gone. She's gone. She left. Now we're just dealing with cooler weather. So I'm about to head out. So I'm all bundled up. I don't think I'm going to bring a scarf. I think I should be okay, hopefully. And then, yeah, head out and do some stuff. But first, I'm just going to get my edamame in because I've been incorporating that in my diet, making sure that I have that in the morning to start the day, and that is working really well. King is like snorting over here. The dog, in case you've never seen him. Yeah, bulldog snores. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for being here as always, and I will see you soon. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for being here. So today we're just going to do some healthy plant-based protein meals that are fuss-free, take no time at all, and anybody can whip them together in minutes. These are the meals that I eat quite often just because they're so easy to put together and very, very nutritious. So from time to time, I get some coffee whitener that's flavored for the season. Usually it's just fall and Christmas, and oh my goodness, so delicious. We found pumpkin spice and it is plant-based, so I decided to make my own coffee before I was out the door, and that way it saves me a lot of money from having to buy overpriced, crazy Toronto priced drinks basically. And it's in this cute cup that I have had for years and years, and it's still going strong. I have quite a few of them, and they hold the heat pretty well as well, and they're made with bamboo. So I do like to have a treat here and there, and because it's fall and cozy, I started making the carrot cake microwave cake that I have the recipe up for on YouTube. So if you want to try it, go ahead. Really simple and really easy, and I do it sugar-free because I do like to put maple syrup on top. That's the way I like to eat it, and it's a really easy meal or snack to make. Now going back to the protein, I'm having some tofu, quite often here and there. And also I'm really liking doing wraps for breakfast. So this is a tofu breakfast wrap, just the tofu, and I have microgreens. Sometimes I put beans in it, and it's really quick and easy. So I also started using some of this textured soy protein, and you just basically have to reheat it, or rehydrate it, I should say, and then you can heat it up the way you want. You can season it the way you like. It does not come pre-seasoned, so it's really great because you can basically customize it to whatever meal you're making. And soon enough, after like 30 minutes, you're going to see it rehydrates, and then you can use it in a variety of different ways. So this is really good. If you're coming from a meat eating point of view, you can substitute this in any recipe that calls for ground beef. And for me, I just like how easy it is because it doesn't take long to rehydrate, and it gives me a little bit of boost of protein. And I like to top it on my potatoes, on my rice, jazz up a salad. I make wraps with it. Basically, the options are endless, and you can definitely customize it the way you like, and it's super, super easy to make. Okay, so I have some of these tofu slices just marinating in some soy sauce and a little bit of garlic salt. And this is going to be for a wrap for later for my daughter. I did the same thing with some for my wrap for this morning for my breakfast. So yeah, hers will taste better because they're marinating. Mine I just did, on the whim quickly, but it'll be fine. And then I have a whole wheat tortilla, and I just have some tomatoes from the garden. And I put some vegan mayo, which is something that we don't usually have at home, but we do have it as a treat now. But then I realized that now, because of my whole digestion issues, I've been looking again at old school, like I did in the 90s, food combining. And I don't think the fats, because there's fat in this mayo, goes with protein. You're not supposed to put them together, but I already have it on the wrap. So I did it, and I'm like, okay. Lesson learned, next time I won't. Thank God I just put a little light layer. There's like not much on there. It's so lightly spread. But still, next time I would not do it. I would have it dry, just so that I can digest a little bit better. And then I just have them in the air fryer at 350, and it was on for 15 minutes. So I think that will be good. It might be a little bit less, but I do like mine a little bit cooked. Like a little bit, not super well done, but you know what I mean, like on the crispier side. And if you put it at too high of a temperature for less minutes, I find it just chars it. It gets too burnt, and I like it a little fluffy. So yeah, I prefer this. So I'll probably let it run for the 15 minutes at 350 and put it in my wrap. Okay, so I put them for 14 minutes. And I think they look perfect. I'm just gonna pop these out of the air fryer. I use parchment paper just for easy cleanup. It's hot. But you don't have to. You can just put them right in kasori. It's just, I wanna clean less, so that's what I'm doing. They do sell these little inserts, silicone ones that I do wanna purchase. I'm gonna try to see if I can grab one that fits. But you can also just, cut a piece of parchment and use it, and that's what I do. They sell already made parchment papers that fit perfectly, but like, they're quite expensive. So, I mean, you could just buy a big roll from Costco and use it as you need it. It lasts me so long, and yeah, that's pretty much what I do. So if I had greens, I would load this thing with greens, but it is pretty full with lots of tomatoes. And then I have my protein source. I do like to have something before I go on my huge walks because I'm going to be gone for a long time. I'm usually getting like 26,000 steps on my days off. And I want to make sure that I'm getting my protein in the morning and I have enough hours between my protein source and the next meal. And that is just what I'm doing. I do have kale in the backyard, but I was too lazy to go out to pick some, or else that would have been nice in here too. I'm just in a rush and I need to eat quickly and run. So one of the things that I will always incorporate, even though it gets colder and it's a little harder to have, smoothies and smoothie bowls are still a big staple for me. I can add a lot of extra nutrition in my smoothie bowls. Also, I can put in my protein powder, which will again give me a little boost of protein. I know that as I get older, I am needing a bit more. So this is just quick and easy ways that I can give myself that little boost and know that I am getting enough. So I really like having these simple meals, especially lentils. Lentils are so versatile. You can do so many different things with them, and they are a powerhouse of nutrition. They are so nutrient dense. So they are really high in protein as well. So I like having them with potatoes or rice and some greens. I try to eat the rainbow, but of course there's days that I'm just emptying out the fridge and using whatever I have, and this was one of those days. But it was super nutritious and really filling. So as the weather gets a little bit colder, I start craving more soups. My favorite soup is tomato soup. I love tomato soup. It's so quick and easy, just diced tomatoes, which I always have on hand. And then of course, I'm still pretty lucky that I have my herbs in the backyard, so I'm still finishing those. And then of course, some dry ones. You know, just whatever seasonings I feel like is what I throw in. So super easy. And then in order to just give it a little bit of boost of protein, I like to add either lentils, canned lentils even work with this, super easy. And then also chickpeas. Chickpeas are my favorite. You guys have seen me, you know, use it many times. Sometimes I mash them and put them in. Sometimes I put them in whole, but I usually like them whole. That's my favorite way. And again, it's so easy. Just rinse a can of beans and throw it in, and there we go. So I am adding bouillon to it as well. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but it gives an added little boost of flavor to my soup. I add a tiny bit of water, like 4 ounces I would say, maybe 5 tops, and then it cooks for 15 minutes. How quick and easy is that? And it's a nutritious way to get in a quick recipe that is still going to be nutritionally sound. So I like adding in my chickpeas once it's already cooked, and then it just kind of heats up and it's perfect like that. I also, you know, just throw in a splash of unsweetened, just plain soy milk, and that way it adds a little bit of creaminess to the soup. And that is totally optional. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But on this day I did put a nice good splash in there, and I love the creaminess that it provides for the soup. And yeah, it was just a super delicious and easy meal. So yeah, this is totally customizable. You can throw in whatever. Lentils, like I said, work really well, and those are a powerhouse of nutrition and protein as well. So you might want to try it with lentils one day as well. things that I like to have every once in a while is a nice smoked tofu. It's quite firm. It's really good when you saute it and add it to like a burrito bowl, that kind of thing. I also like to use it in wraps. It's really perfect for like stews because you're going to get that, you know, nice firm tofu. It's not going to fall apart and it's going to be so flavorful, and you're going to have that smoky flavor come through. It's a really quick and easy way of getting some extra protein in, and really you can cook it up in no time at all. You can throw it in the air fryer, but I like to pan fry it, and I just pan fry with water. So I like having it on a bed of brown rice or potatoes. I like to use a lot of microgreens in my meals and use up whatever veggies need to be used up in the crisper in the fridge. And yeah, that is pretty much it. A nice hearty and filling meal. And like I said, this block of tofu can be used in so many different ways. So you can buy a couple and do so many different meals with them. You would be amazed at the things you can come up with. Another high protein little snack I like to have is my old school Portuguese lapine beans. You can have them, I think, in water if you get them in cans, but I just can find them like this. They're salty, they're in water, and you can rinse them if you want to, but I tend to enjoy that salty flavor. And then I add some of this Portuguese hot pepper sauce. It's not super spicy, but it gives it a nice flavor and it marinates it. And sometimes I eat it plain, but it's a really nice little snack that's high protein and I can have, you know, at work or at home, and it's super tasty. So that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for the support on the channel, and I hope you got some inspiration for some higher protein plant-based meals.